The live chorus of villagers in their traditional samba music was a loud message to Vulcan Materials Company, currently pursuing approval from the Department of the Environment to conduct mining in an area known as White Ridge Farms. The area off the coastal road is geographically the backyard to Gales Point and is where Vulcan is seeking to purchase land to run an aggregates business. But on Saturday, when the company set up tents to conduct public consultations with the villagers to discuss the project, it received an overwhelming rejection. In fact, what should have been consultations turned out to be more of a protest against the proposed project.
We don't want Vulcan in a Fui village. We don't need Vulcan in a Fui village.
Their little jobs are not worth our environment and our blessed jewel. We have the largest concentration of manatees and sea turtles, as well as the ecosystem.
One of the project's opponents lives in La Democracia. Carol Ramos told us she felt the need to travel the 18 miles to Gales Point to let her voice be heard.
What have they told you?
They have jobs, that kind of thing. I don't believe them, so I don't support them. No mean no.
Vulcan has pledged to adhere to whatever the requirements will be, pending the outcome of an environmental impact assessment by the Department of the Environment. But their spokesperson, Jimmy Fleming, says the consultations didn't turn out how they were hoping. They just don't want your project here. They don't welcome Vulcan to their community or environs. How do you take that message?
Well, I think that's a message that some have given us, but there are others who are at the same time asking us what kind of jobs are we going to bring to the community, what kind of benefits do we bring, what is the economic benefit to this area and to Belize. So we got a lot of those questions as well.
Fleming indicated that Vulcan intends to purchase land in the area called White Ridge Farms and to apply for approval for the project.
The environmental impact assessment itself will take well over a year, maybe 2 years to go through. We have to answer those questions or we don't get our permit, pure and simple. We're committed to the purchase of White Ridge Farms. The purchase will take place before those permits are granted.
There are a few who support the project, such as villager Lloyd Andrewin and Belize People's Front leader Nancy Marin, who traveled to Gales Point for the occasion.
I think they've put a good foot forward in consulting with the people and giving the people opportunity to ask the questions. Of course, their reputation precedes them, especially what happened in Mexico. But Belize needs development, and we need to find a medium balance because chances are it's going to happen. If they can find a medium balance, I think it could be something good, but we really have to hold them to task as it relates to the environment.
We were drilling and get samples from the hill, and I was supervising that project there. At least 30 people was working, and everyone satisfied. But suddenly, some people change.
Village chairman Jason Altshaft suggested that people changed their position about the project because there is now a lack of trust in the company, and the villagers expressed their condemnation to negative environmental impacts.
They came through us the first time through village council. We had 6 or 7 different cooks rotating to cook their food. They were only going to work on 800 acres. That was what they sold us. Then they came back. We didn't know they came back. They came back. They went across the mountain. They didn't tell council. They didn't set up cooks. They did all this under the cover.
They're going to break down our beautiful hills and mountains that supply our watershed. And also the animals, the beautiful animals live in those mountains there. So when they broke them, no where the animal going to go.
Mining in Gales Point area is very dangerous for us. I'm telling you, babe. Tearing down our hills when hurricanes and stuff, these are the things that help us. A tourism site, a wildlife sanctuary, a nature reserve, everything. We don't want to lose that. We do not want to lose that.
My farm is on the coastal road, close to where Vulcan want to do their bombing.
In addition to these opponents are these letters written by over 24 concerned citizens who either live in Belize or have relatives here, and from environmental organizations in Belize. All of them either outwardly condemning the mining or expressing deep concerns over the permanent environmental impact it will have on the village and its surroundings. And just for good measure, there were also these placards that the residents placed across from the consultation site. Reporting for News 5, I'm Marion Ali.